All right, you would know it right now. Right now, we're seeing Bitcoin trading at just under, a little over, I should say, $64,000 a coin. But it had traded as high earlier this morning, very early this morning. Remember, it trades around the clock at $69,208, breaking the old record. I think that goes back to November 2021 of $68,990. So you're up about 50% year to date. You've essentially more than doubled your money in just the last 12 months. So it's a volatile ride and not for the faint of heart. Let's get the read from Zach Pandl, the Grayscale Investments Managing Director of Research. Zach, what do you make of that wild ride?
Well, it really has been a period of terrific performance for Bitcoin and other digital assets. The proximate cause of the rally has been the launch of the spot Bitcoin ETFs listed in the U.S. market. These products have seen incredible demand at their start, totaling around $8 billion since early January. But the underlying reason for investor interest in Bitcoin is always macro in nature. Bitcoin is a macro asset, a store of value that competes with the US dollar, competes with physical gold. And investors are just interested in those attributes in a portfolio context. They're looking ahead to Federal Reserve rate cuts. They're looking at a contentious presidential election, which neither party is very focused on deficits or the debt, and seeking tools like Bitcoin to help protect their portfolios.
Still, it is not for everybody, and you, of course, reminded folks that that is something, but you could say the same about gold or silver or copper or magnesium, all those others alternative investments. Some even go so far to call them rogue investments. I don't know, Bitcoin and some of these other crypto plays deserve that. But you would think with the ETF trading that's allowed now, and in April, I think you have another crack at halving, which will limit the available supply. You got a good 1-2 punch there. What do you think?
Well, I agree. There are tons of fundamental positives for crypto today, and the ETFs are just a new product structure to provide investors that access to the market. But it's those fundamentals that ultimately drive demand and ultimately drive price. And so today you are just seeing high demand through the ETFs, but because of macro reasons, because of Fed rate cuts and the desire to have store of value assets in a portfolio, and that's colliding with tight supply. The Bitcoin halving means that issuance of new Bitcoin is going to fall by half in April of this year. So that high demand, tight supply picture is simply what's driving up prices.
Could I ask you this? I usually eschew political questions when it comes to the market, but I have a reason for this one, Zach, and it concerns how this type of investment in Bitcoin, crypto in general, does under a potential Trump administration versus a Biden administration that has an SEC chief who really hates it. It seems to, and really is reminding folks, even though we're going to allow ETF trading, I'm watching you. And I'm just wondering whether it would be a different environment in a Trump administration. Do we know anything about his thoughts or those who surrounded their thoughts on this type of investing?
The most important thing for Bitcoin is going to be the macro policy issues that are on the ballot, how those affect the outlook for the U.S. dollar and the economy, and therefore demand for alternatives to the dollar like Bitcoin. So, some of the things we're going to be watching are on fiscal policy, on deficits and debt. How are those things going to change with the election? And there it's probably more important not so much who is in the White House, but whether who occupies the White House also controls Congress. If one party controls both branches of government, it's easier to get fiscal policy changes enacted, maybe tax cuts on the Republican side, maybe spending on the Democratic side, but either of those things could raise the deficit and support Bitcoin. So I really think it's about those macro policy issues, not so much the specific legislation.
No, that makes sense. And by the way, when it comes to deficit issues, both parties are very good at making them worse. So we'll see how that works out. Zach, thank you very much. Good seeing you.